59 pence sterling.
Now, for more on finance, we're joined by the Executive Director of Bourse Communications, Rod North. Rod, good morning. Nice to see you again.
Good morning too.
Now, the market overall seemed to love the idea of Telstra and the government getting its act together on the national broadband network.
Yes, it was pretty happy with it, and we saw Telstra shares rise about 3.4%, which was a pretty good reaction.
For those long-suffering Telstra shareholders.
Long-suffering indeed, and in fact some analysts were even brave enough to come out and put forecasts at potential for Telstra shares to get up to about $4 at some stage this year. So that was quite an encouraging sign. And of course, I suppose the other thing that's quite interesting is Telstra is sitting on some very valuable land assets as well. And of course, a lot of people have actually speculated the copper, that connects everything is probably pretty valuable at the moment as well.
Yeah, I should think so.
When things change from a wireless point of view, that should make quite a significant difference.
And David Thodey, the Telstra boss, was possibly the most relieved man in corporate Australia yesterday, just expressing the view that finally, after all this period of uncertainty, the company has some regulatory certainty.
Exactly. It was sort of very long and protracted, the whole negotiations, and I think it was good to see that finally it was put to bed, and I think from shareholders' point of view, they're at least seeing some sort of glimmers of hope of the company, on the course.
Now, the issue of royalty payments that BHP and Rio have agreed to, put that in the context of the continuing argument about a super profits tax.
Now, that's a very interesting development because I think it sort of indicates that there is obviously a willingness to see major companies in Australia come to what is a fair agreement. And I think particularly given that the legacy situation here goes back to the 60s. I mean, you've got to say a lot has changed since the 60s in Australia, and we've really largely seen the country build itself very much on the resource and mining sector, and I think it's fair that that sector pays its dues when it's appropriate.
So are these companies just trying to head the government off at the pass, saying, OK, look, take a little bit more here, just don't tax us on the super profits?
Well, I think there's I think they're sort of handing out just some benefit, to sort of indicate, well, yes, we're prepared to negotiate here, and I think that puts negotiation on the table, and I think common sense has really got to prevail in this whole area.
Will it persuade them, do you reckon, Michael? That'd be enough?
Somehow no. And the Telstra rise obviously helped lift the share market yesterday. What's the outlook today?
Look, I think the outlook's probably going to be fairly flat today. We've got a fairly muted lead on Wall Street, but there's other indicators coming out tonight on Wall Street for home starts and so forth that should give us a better indication of how the week will progress.
Rod North, always good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.